Infinity Breyers here, and I know this is not my normal setup because in today's video, this is actually going to be the pilot episode for a little craft series that I'm going to put together. If y'all are interested, it's going to be called Infinity's Guide to. And in today's video, we are going to be experiencing Infinity's Guide to halter making. So I will be showing y'all how to make a super basic halter with a super basic lead rope so that anyone can make a halter for their bean. So let's get to it. Alright, material wise, you are going to need a hot glue gun. I choose to use a rather small one just because you're able to control the glue a little bit better, but you can use other different types of glue. Also, if you're younger, please make sure that you have parent supervision because hot glue guns do get really hot. So just make sure that you're being super safe with this. Alright, next up you are going to need little tiny jump rings. You can get these either at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I normally get mine at Hobby Lobby just because they've got the quality that I really like. For the lead rope, you are going to need a tiny little lobster clasp. This part is optional. I will be showing y'all how to make a very simple buckle with wire. This is aluminum wire that I got at Hobby Lobby for like $1.99 maybe. And lastly, material wise, you will need some ribbon. I choose to use gross grain ribbon because it's got the nice little nylon effect, but I do see people use satin ribbon. I'm just not a huge fan of satin ribbon because I don't really like the look of it. You can get gross grain ribbon at Hobby Lobby, Joann's, or Michael's. Alright, so you will be needing some tools. We are going to be using wire cutters, some little pliers, and then lastly, a scissors. And you can't forget the fact that you're going to need a bean to make this halter on. I'm choosing to work with Olaf because he's been my tack making bean for a heckin' long time. Okay, so once your hot glue gun has heated up, you are going to take a piece of ribbon and one of your jump rings, and then you're gonna thread the ribbon through and then kind of just, you know, pull it over, and then you're going to be putting hot glue on the inseam and then folding it over so that you have a little tab like so around your jump ring. For the next step, we are going to be making the top of the nose band. So we are going to need another jump ring, and we're going to slide the other section of the ribbon that already has the jump ring on it through, and making sure that we keep the tab side up. We're just going to stretch this over so it touches the top of his cheekbones, kind of right there is the top of his cheekbone. So we want for the ribbon that is on the jump ring to touch the top of the cheekbone, and then you're gonna keep a good hold on that. Grab your scissors, cut the extra ribbon off, and then add some hot glue right there to make sure the seams are on the same exact side. And then once you're done, this is gonna be what it kind of looks like. You're gonna have both tabs on the same side, and then this is going to be the top of the nose band. Now that we have the nose band, we are going to go ahead and make the cheek strap. So we're gonna go ahead and take the ribbon that we just had and slide it through one of the sides of the jump rings, and making sure that it kind of forms like a 90-degree angle, and then you're gonna add some glue there and glue that tab down. This is what we have right now, a nice little 90-degree angle right there. We're going to be taking another jump ring and sliding it through the end of the ribbon, and go ahead and pull that basically all the way through. You're going to be lining this piece up with the front of the cheekbone, which is right there, and then I normally pull it a little bit further behind the eye just to give it a nice length, but you don't want it to go too far because then it's gonna look a little silly. So I normally keep it right about there, and then you're gonna cut the extra ribbon and then glue that tab down so it's on top of the other tab. Alright, so here's a little close-up of what we have so far. We have the nose band and one of the cheek straps. We are going to be repeating these steps on this side to make the other cheek straps. So go ahead and do that. This is what we have so far. We've got the nose band and the two cheek straps. Now we have to make the bottom of the nose band, but before that, we are going to be making a little, I don't know what you call it, I just call it like a sliding apparatus, kind of. You're gonna be taking two jump rings. You're going to take your wire cutters and kind of find the opening of the jump ring and then twist it open just a little bit so that there is an opening. You're gonna take your other jump ring and slide it through, so now you've got a jump ring attached to another jump ring. What I normally do is I just kind of take my pliers and I kind of squish it a little close so it's not gonna just go everywhere, but this is our little sliding apparatus that we are going to be needing. I normally start out with putting the extra ribbon on the right side just to make it super easy to pull through. This should be what you have so far, and now we're going to be taking our sliding apparatus and threading it through the end of the extra ribbon, and then we're going to be putting the extra ribbon through the left side of the halter. So you have a little loop, and then you slide that over your bean's nose and then pull it tight so it is kind of snug. Once you have that, make sure you keep a a firm grip on it and then pull it off. And then you're just gonna kind of pinch that down, cut the excess off, and then glue the tab down. All of your tabs should be facing outward. So this is what we have so far. We have the nose loop and 2 cheek straps with the little fun sliding apparatus. Now we need to make the throat latch. So again, with the throat latch, I always start it on the right side. So go ahead and thread your ribbon through the back jump rings to form the throat latch, and then go ahead and glue this tab down. This is what we have so far. So we're going to be taking the end of the ribbon and threading it through the left side, and then kind of pull it tight just to make sure that there is no twist in it, because you don't want your ribbon to twist, because that is not realistic at all. Slide the halter back on the pony's face, and then I normally pull the jump rings up to kind of, you can see where his eye is, the cheek piece kind of comes right underneath the eye, and then you're going to want to hold on to that as you pull the halter off and then glue this tab down. Okay, so this is the progression of the halter so far. Now we are going to need the underside connector, and I will be showing y'all a close-up of how to do that. You're going to want to take your ribbon and set it right there with the end facing outward to the back, and then you're going to fold the end over so that you have this little loop, and then you're going to apply a really small dot of glue right to this tab, and then press it down so that your little piece of ribbon can slide up and down with ease. And then once it's glued down, it should look something kind of like this, and then we are going to be taking the end of this ribbon and threading it through the loose jump ring on our sliding apparatus. So basically you just pull it tight and then you hold on to it, you pull it off, you cut the tab, and then glue it down. Okay, so once you're at this stage, go ahead and fold your halter inside out. So now all the tabs are going to be on the inside of the halter to give it a nice heckin' fresh look. Okay, so you are going to need your wire, and you're not going to need a whole lot of it, so I'm probably just gonna cut it like right about there. So you have your piece of wire, and then you're going to be taking your pliers and putting the middle piece through the pliers, and then you're going to bend the wire all the way around the pliers until you get back to the other side, and then you're gonna kind of just like shimmy that off, and then you got yourself a super simple buckle. You just need to chop off the extra, and then there you go. If you don't want the hassle of making the buckle, you're just going to be taking 2 jump rings and then threading a piece of ribbon through both of them, and then pulling that closed so that you've got 2 jump rings like so, and then you're going to be gluing this tab down so it looks something a little bit like this. While that way is super easy, it's not exactly what I want to use, so I'm going to just toss that out of the way, and then to use the buckle, you just thread the ribbon through the center and then glue the tab down once you have it through the other side like so. And once you do have your buckle, I ended up making a smaller one because the other one was throwing me off a little bit. You are going to be taking your halter and keeping the left side facing towards you. You are going to slide your ribbon through the jump ring and then pull it tight so that the tab that you just glued down is touching the inside of the jump ring, and then you're gonna fold it up, cut the excess ribbon off, and then glue the tab where the tab is on the inside of the halter, and it's a nice clean look on the outside. For the other side of the halter, you're going to need a bit of a longer piece, and then you're gonna slide it through, keep to where the tab is going to be on the inside of the halter, and then glue that down. So you have something that kind of resembles this. You're going to want to slide this over your pony's nose, and then I normally thread the ribbon just through the top part of the buckle just to measure. I pull it tight, I cut it a little like right about there, so it's hanging off a little bit from the cheek, keeping a note of where the tab is on the inside. You're going to come to the end, put a little bit of glue on the end, a little bit, not a lot, because you're just folding this tab over so that the tab part is on the inside. As a reference, this piece is going to look like this, where both tabs are on the inside, and then also for the buckle, the tabs are on the inside as well. Alright, and then you just slide that onto your pony, and then you put the ribbon through the buckle, pull it tight so that you have a halter. But wait, there's more, because now we're going to be making a lead rope. So for this, you are going to be needing a jump ring, and then you're going to be taking your wire cutters, finding the opening of the jump ring, and then opening it a little bit more, and then taking your lobster clasp where it has this nice little circle. You're going to be sliding that onto the jump ring and then squeeze it closed. And then you're going to be taking a longer piece of ribbon, sliding it through the jump ring. I normally keep the tab facing the front of the lobster clasp, the part that will be opening, so that you have the start of your lead rope. And from there, I normally just go ahead and clip it onto the halter where the sliding apparatus is, throw it over the pony's withers, and then kind of measure it to where it's about halfway down their back. Keep a note of that. Cut the end. You want to keep a note of where the tab is folded in because that's super important. And then you're just going to kind of slide down to the end, and then you're going to put some glue on the end here. Fold that over so that now you have super easy to make lead rope. And then your halter and lead rope set are done! Yay! Alright y'all, so that's actually going to be the end of the YouTube video today. I really hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, please remember to slap that like button as hard as you possibly can to show this video a little bit of love. Also, if you're feeling exotic, please don't forget to check out my Instagram account, which is at InfinityBreyersCo. I post on there daily, and I'm super active. Also, you'll get to see all of the tack that I make because I run an Etsy shop where I sell model horse tack and I do restock, so all the information is on my Instagram account. And if y'all liked this video, please let me know down in the comments if you want me to continue the Infinity's Guide to series. I feel like it'd be super cool to be able to help y'all. So this was just a super easy tutorial, and maybe one day I could get into like super complex tutorials, but I thought this would just be like a really good one to start out with because every bean needs a halter and a lead rope. Let me know down in the comments if y'all would like to see more on this series, and if you do, what type of items do you want to see me make, because that's always helpful. And other than that, y'all, I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Bye!